I'm talking about people who like traveling. This is something like 2 to 3 days, no flight to catch. I saw a lot of water. It just came. It's like fruits. Fruits, you know them, huh? Fruits.
Dubai International Airport has warned of very challenging conditions and advised some passengers not to turn up due to areas being inundated by water. 300 flights were cancelled on Wednesday, with hundreds more delayed.
Inside, the terminals are crowded with stranded passengers trying to get rebooked after their flights were cancelled.
Deuteronomy 18:18. I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their brothers, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him.
On 1st January 2024, during the crossover candlelight service, God Almighty revealed to his servant the coming flight cancellation in Dubai. Let's watch.
12. Don't be surprised. This is normal. Don't be what? Surprised. This is normal. I'm talking about people who like traveling. This is something like 2 to 3 days, no flight to catch. This is normal. Some people stay at the airport, no flight to catch, 2 to 3 days. This is normal. I saw a lot of water. It just came. It's like fruits. Fruits, you know them, huh? Fruits. I don't know where they are coming from. I'm confused. Where is this water coming from? This is going to happen very soon. Very soon.
Let's begin with the aftermath of the heavy rain that's been felt across the United Arab Emirates and some neighbouring Gulf countries, a region usually known for its hot and arid climate. Flash floods have killed 20 people in Oman and 1 in the UAE. Dubai International Airport has warned of very challenging conditions and advised some passengers not to turn up due to areas being inundated by water. 300 flights were cancelled on Wednesday, with hundreds more delayed after the UAE experienced what was its largest rainfall event since records began 75 years ago. Dubai is the busiest airport in the world for international passengers. More than 86 million of them passed through it last year. That's more than London Heathrow, Amsterdam and Paris. Nirupa George is among the many passengers still stuck at the airport. She arrived in Dubai yesterday from Cairo and is trying to get to New Zealand.
We came to the airport this morning. We've already been delayed about 3 hours, and it's just absolute chaos in terms of the number of people around. The staff are doing their best to try and mitigate the bottlenecks, but the sheer volume of people means that there's hardly breathing room. when you're trying to get past check-in or the passport control. Most people understand that it's outside the control of the airport and the Emirates staff, although at one point during the when we were lining up in the transit, I think I saw someone faint from the heat, and there seemed to be a mini brawl that broke out. It's no doubt testing people's patience, particularly children, but for the most part, people have actually been quite calm, and I think everyone's just tired and wants to get to their destination.
And let's have a quick look at flight radar, because we have heard that flights are moving again, and you can certainly see that from the image on your screens right now, although clearly there is still a significant backlog to clear, but flights are moving again.
Don't be what? Surprise. This is normal. I'm talking about people who like traveling. This is something like 2 to 3 days, no flight to catch. This is normal. Some people stay at the airport, no flight to catch, 2 to 3 days. This is normal. I saw a lot of water. It just coming. It's like fruits. Fruits, you know them, huh? Fruits. Then I don't know where they are coming from. I'm confused. Where is this water coming from? This is going to happen very soon. Very soon.
Good evening. Wild flooding has caused havoc in Dubai, leaving Australian travellers in limbo at one of the world's biggest airports. Our Paralympic swimming team was among them and spent 24 hours trapped on a plane in the worst flooding the desert city has ever seen.
One of the hottest and driest cities in the world, submerged in a freak storm that's claimed 20 lives. Australians swept up in the chaos.
I think it was 2 hours that we were spent doing loops in the air.
Dubai Airport looked more like a lake, jumbo jets forced to navigate the rising floodwater.
It was just pandemonium.
Melbourne holidaymaker Tanya Barker and her 78-year-old father arrived at the height of the drama.
We were told by the driver that Dubai doesn't have gutters, so there was nowhere for the waters to go.
After touching down, it took 8 hours to reach the safety of their hotel.
Cars were just going everywhere to try and get out of the water.
Also stranded, Australia's Paralympic swimmers on their way to the World Championship in Portugal.
We ended up being on that plane for 24 hours straight.
I did not think I'd be walking into a hotel carrying my shoes, waddling in, and I thought I'd be the only one. And then I saw everybody was barefoot because the water is just washing up over every surface.
Australian travellers reeling over the lack of communication.
In that 9 hours we spent after being stuck on the plane for 5 hours, we didn't hear a word. There was no food, there was no personnel there to tell us anything.
A year and a half's worth of rain fell in less than 24 hours.
It was tumultuous, absolutely tumultuous. Sheikh Zayed Road, which is the main thoroughfare in Dubai, had cars floating down it.
The backlog expected to last at least to the end of the week.
Now, one of the world's busiest travel hubs, Dubai International Airport, has partially resumed operations after heavy flooding forced it to close on Wednesday. The standstill came after the United Arab Emirates was hit by a record-breaking storm. More rain fell in a 24-hour period than ever before. At least one person was killed and many homes and businesses were damaged.
The aftermath of an unprecedented Gulf storm. The streets of Dubai turned into concrete rivers, bringing the Middle East's financial capital to a standstill. Abandoned cars littered the roads. Inside, the terminals are crowded with stranded passengers trying to get rebooked after their flights were canceled.